Now, in this magnificent setting here, I feel the need to be somewhat theatrical, you'll forgive me. Where there is music, there can be no evil. Well, that was the quote from Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes. It's believed to have been the masterpiece that he wrote while imprisoned when he started in the Seville jail not far from where I'm standing. Seville is a city of music, that much is obvious. It's not just flamenco, but opera. Most famous of all, of course, Rossini's Barber of Seville. And fans of that opera flock to one particular spot here in the city. So I did a bit of investigating. Walk through Seville and eventually you'll end up here at Rossini's balcony. It's said to have been the inspiration for Pierre Beaumarchais' play, The Barber of Seville, that Rossini then made into the opera. But the truth is, of course, very different. Firstly, when the play was written, this hadn't even been built, never mind actually being the inspiration. And secondly, apparently, Beaumarchais never even came here to Seville, so he couldn't have even known about it, even if it had existed. No, the reality is, it looks exactly like the balcony that the Count would have climbed to meet his lover. The only problem is, it never actually happened. Ha! So, never mind that. The Barber of Seville is only one of the famous operas. It's been featured at the Teatro della Maestranza. The Seville's Teatro is the only opera house in the Andalusia region, and it was opened by Queen Sofia of Spain 35 years ago. The theatre played a key part in Seville's earning the first ever City of Music title in 2006. Joining me, with me, Ana Juliá, come on in, the executive assistant at the theatre. Barber of Seville is one thing we think of, but opera is so ingrained in this city.
It is so, you're correct. Opera is part of Seville, and Seville is part of the opera. Throughout the years, mainly throughout the 18th and 19th century, lots of music composers, Mozart, Donizetti, the most famous.
What was it about this part of Spain, though?
Well, I assume that, I think they fell in love with it, got interested in the mystery of the city, connected throughout the literature, because most of them fell in love with the stories that Tirso de Molina, Lope de Vega, or Beaumarchais wrote about Seville. So it's this exotic idea, mystery of passion and I don't know, excitement.
And you have this opera house.
We do.
Which is just extraordinary and stands as a beacon, in a sense, for culture in this part of the country.
Definitely. We have a wonderful opera house, but we do not only perform opera, we do symphony concerts, we do a lot of dance, we do flamenco. We are, I mean...
Why do I always think of flamenco as being two people dancing in pain?
Well, there could be a little bit of that. I'm not an expert, but there's much more to it.
And of course, here you have the Sevillanas, which is different.
Definitely.
Which you have your own version of dance.
Yes. Well, it's a type of dance. You know, flamenco is divided in lots of little dances, and Sevillanas are own.
Oh, you're good at Sevillanas.
Yes. Everybody dances Sevillanas. Almost everyone in the city can do it. You learn it, you live it. It's not only something that you see in a tablao, in one of these flamenco houses that are apart and not only for tourists. Flamenco or Sevillanas dances is part of the family also.
Because I actually have learned some Sevillana. I'm not going to do a demonstration now.
That'd be nice.
No, you'll see that on Question.
You have a partner here.
No, restrain myself, because I was learning how to do it, and then we went out to this exhibition where, of course, people are buying their outfits
the dresses
for the festival.
Of course.
Which is coming up. And what I'm interested in is, it's the way in which opera is not just for the elites here.
No.
It's not just, it's for everybody.
That's correct. Opera in Seville is, I guess like most opera houses in the world, we have a strong interest, and especially we do that in Seville very deeply, to connect with the city, to connect with the youth. That's extremely important. That's something we've been longing for and working very hard. We have this premieres only for youth. For 10 euros you can buy your tickets, and they are packed. They're so amazing.
I tell you what, I promise next time let's dance the Sevillanas together.
Pinky promise?
Finger promise. Thank you for joining us. We will take